An anthology about the bad, the short lived, and the forgotten shows and events in television history. This is It Was a Thing on TV.
Punisher! Control!
Hey, before I change my mind!
I give you Super Train.
Episode 368. Submission number 2405. A Home Run for Love. A Home Run for Love was an ABC after-school special that aired on the date of October 11th, 1978.
As will be noted near the end of the episode, this special reran on cable on several networks during the 1980s under the title of Thank You, Jackie Robinson.
Well, Greg, for the last roughly about 26 years, April 15th has been a big date for Major League Baseball. First off, April 15th, every single team, every player on every single team wears the number 42 as a sign of respect for the one and only Jackie Robinson. But correct me if I'm wrong, the first Jackie Robinson Day, which would have been back in 1997, which was the 50th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier in Major League Baseball, they permanently retired the number 42.
Yes, it was actually between the Mets and Dodgers they did that at Shea Stadium.
And basically what they said is, if you wear the number 42, you can continue wearing the number 42 until you stop playing. Other than that, baseball has retired the number 42. And I believe this is the first league to retire a number permanently. I think since then, the NHL has done similarly with 99 for Wayne Gretzky. And obviously earlier this season, after losing Bill Russell, the NBA retired the number 6. But this is the first case where a number was retired. 42, you couldn't wear it anymore after 1997 if you were a new player. Mo Vaughn, he got to wear 42 as long as he was still with whatever team he was with at the time. Maybe the Mets, maybe, I don't think he was with the Angels at this point, but he was allowed to wear that number. And I think the most popular 42 at the time, who wore it for a long time, was Mariano Rivera. He wore 42, and he kept wearing 42 until he retired, which would have been, what, early
2013.
2010s?
2013.
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah, 2013. So he wore that 42 for 16 more seasons because he spent his entire career with the Yankees. But 42, retired, nobody's going to wear it ever again. So that takes us to this after-school special. A Home Run for Love. And it involves Jackie Robinson, of all things. The IMDb blurb about it, real fast. In 1947, a young white boy and an elderly black man enjoy a warm and wonderful friendship based on their mutual love of the Brooklyn Dodgers and Jackie Robinson. That's a great story right there. I can't wait to see this. But let's get through who the important people are in this. Maybe not a lot of big names because it's an after-school special, but there are names. I can definitely tell you there are names. Playing Sammy Green, who is the young white boy, as the blurb said, in this after-school special, is Ronnie Scribner. He hasn't done anything since 1982. He was on 2 episodes of Little House on the Prairie, an episode of Quincy, 2 episodes of Chips, but nothing after 1982, and actually this is his first credit on IMDb. Playing Davey Henderson, who presumably is the elderly black man.
Yes, he is the elderly black man.
Go figure, taking a look at him, born in 1913. Yeah, he'd be elderly, and taking a look at his IMDb, yes, I can confirm he's African-American, and he's a man. Charles Lampkin. Again, another bit character. His last credit on IMDb is 22 episodes of Frank's Place. Eventual cover Frank's Place. We got to talk about Tim and Daphne Maxwell Reid. As if we haven't talked about him enough. Talking about those CBS Summer Playhouse specials where they showed the pilots back in the day. And you can call this 1-900 number and tell us how you like them.
My ass!
But he's another one of those people who's done a little bit of everything. Unfortunately, he passed away in 1989 at the age of 76. Playing Esther Green.
That's his mother.
Yeah, going to assume that is Sammy's mother, is Ann G. Bird. Again, one of those people. She's still active. She was on an episode of Station 19 earlier this year. Still active. She's 85 years old. So good on her. And as you can guess, being 85 years old, she has quite the resume to her name, going back to 1975.
Wow. But okay, playing Sammy's sister in this special.
And I think we've mentioned this in the past.
Oh, we've mentioned her in the past. I forget where, but we've mentioned her in the past.
Definite known name.
Felicity Huffman. Now, I'm not going to make the obvious joke here with Felicity Huffman. All you people listening, you all know what we're talking about. Mike, do you know what I'm referring to?
This could go so many ways, I'm afraid to ask.
Do you remember the college admission scandal a couple of years ago?
Oh, I thought you were going to get into Desperate Housewives or William H. Macy, but yeah, I remember the college admission scandal, yes.
Yeah, her and Lori Loughlin were all that crap. Just remember, though, what was that you said, Lori?
Is that legal?
No, it's not legal.
No.
No, you did wrong. You should be ashamed of yourself. And actually, believe it or not, this also is her first credit on IMDb.
Wow.
So yeah, this would have been the first credit for a 15-year-old Felicity Huffman. That's great. Playing Henrietta Barnes in this after-school special.
That's the daughter.
Okay. Is Neva Russell. And really, this is about the extent of her career. She has 9 entries in IMDb. The only show worth mentioning, besides maybe possible future entry Flamingo Road, is she was a hooker on Beretta.
Oh, terrific.
Sorry, I never thought I'd use the words hooker and Beretta in the same sentence.
Followed by me saying terrific.
Moving on very fast. Playing Elliot Barnes is J.J. Saunders. Oh my gosh, we're going to talk about him, and I know this is an episode Chico really wants to talk about. He played a character named Mac on 14 episodes of Salvage 1.
Salvage 1 with friggin'
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith. And wasn't that supposed to be like a serious sci-fi show?
I think it was.
He's a garbage man in space, and it's supposed to be serious.
Well, I said he was on 14 episodes of that. I bet you that's how long the series ran, 14 episodes. Maybe a little bit longer than that, but not much longer, taking a look at the IMDb really fast. But then we've got some other names. Oh, and we got 2 big names coming up right here. One of them is maybe Felicity Huffman level, if you think about it. The other, no, but somebody we've talked about repeatedly. We talked about her last week even. First, playing the Brooklyn Dodgers announcer. And this makes total sense. The legendary Red Barber.
Yes.
What else really needs to be said besides that? He is a baseball legend. If you had a Mount Rushmore of baseball announcers, he's definitely up there. Definitely with like a Mel Allen type. Red Barber, Mel Allen, Vin Scully. And I'm sure we could debate the 4th position for days and weeks.
Playing an employee at the hotel that Sammy's mother owns is Edie McClurg.
And where have we mentioned her? I mean, just really fast. We've talked about the Hogan family. We talked about her last week in an episode of Homeboys in Outer Space. We talked about her playing Solaria the Psychic on Madam's Place. Making a case for the Hall of Fame, if I may say so myself. Going through IMDb, oh my gosh, some other places that we're eventually going to talk about Edie McClurg. She played Lucille Tarlick, I'm guessing Herb Tarlick's wife, on the new WKRP in Cincinnati. Oh, that was bad. But maybe even worse, and we've talked about this numerous times. She did voices for Problem Child, the cartoon.
Oh, that's terrific.
No, it's not. Don't lie.
Yes, it is. Don't lie. It was great.
And she was the principal in Drexel's class. And obviously, as we mentioned, she was. I'm sorry. I need to compose myself after saying you saying Problem Child wasn't bad. And also, she's probably most best known for being Grace the Secretary on the classic movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Grace.
And we're not going to talk about the principal of that movie because he's a very bad human being.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, God.
Yes, Mr. Rooney. We're not talking about Mr. Rooney in this episode.
Good.
One other name I'm going to mention. There's a lot of bit actors and actresses in this after school special. But I want to specifically bring up the name of a nurse. And that's all she's given credit for is nurse. And again, this is a person that we've talked about plenty of times. Maybe making a case for the Hall of Fame. I don't know, but we're not going to debate the merits of that right now. Anne Ramsey. Mama Fratelli.
Yes.
And now what comes to mind is talking about Australia's Naughtiest Home Videos and how the host of that, Doug Mulray, looks like a cross between Mama Fratelli and Trevor Lawrence.
No. It was a cross between Mama Fratelli and Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Okay, no, that was me who said he looked like a bloated Trevor Lawrence. I thought you reiterated the Mama Fratelli part. I'm sorry. But also other places that you know Anne Ramsey. She was on Throw Mama from the Train. You clumsy poop. Oh my God, I love Anne Ramsey. And we've talked about her in the past because she was on an episode, second mention in a row, Greg, of this show. We can't escape it because it's like one of the best shows ever. She was on an episode of Manimal as a referee.
Oh, that's terrific.
Really making a case for the Hall now. Now that I see she was on an episode of Manimal. Oh my gosh. So those are the particulars of this after school special. All right, we're going to watch this now.
New
Jersey,
1947,
1947.
when many films were still made in black and white.
And this is in black and white for starters. Thank you, Jackie Robinson. And we should say that Felicity Huffman was credited as Flicka Huffman. Biking home from a baseball game based on the book Thank You, Jackie Robinson. This is based on a book. It gets home. Turning on his radio.
Business season 111. lost 15. He comes back with a fastball outside, and the count moves to 2-0. This is the second time that the Dodgers have seen Smiths recently. He went 1 in the third innings against them the last time Brooklyn was out in Chicago. Pee-wee connects. There's a hot smash deep behind third base. It's a fair ball. Hack knocks it down, recovers, throws, but not in time. It's a base hit.
But just so
He's got one of those mechanical banks
that's all I ask.
that plays baseball.
Lord knows anybody'd be better than the one in there now.
Don't suppose he might be too grand, do you? I mean, after working in such a large hotel.
Hi, Mom.
How was school? Where's your sister?
Sarah said she'll be a little late. Hi, Annie. All I can say is if I had $10 for every cook who went through that kitchen the last 6 months, I could retire.
Would you get that, Sammy?
Oh, Mom. Go ahead. It'll do you good. Can I help you?
We'd like a room for tonight. Double beds, if you have it. And a bath, too.
The cheapest we have is $10.
I could probably afford it, I think.
The new cook's here, Mrs. Green. You didn't tell me he was coming tonight.
I'll be right there, Turner.
I thought he started tomorrow.
He wanted to come early tonight just to observe how things work.
I could have done with a new face last week already.
It's a beautiful inn. I always try to stay at these older places when I travel. The new motels going up just don't have much charm. How old do you think this place is?
Mom says 60 years old. Something like that.
He's just a little shy, aren't you, Sammy? Let me show you to your room. Do you have any more luggage?
Oh, this is it. We travel light.
Right this way.
Very pivotal. Branch Rickey breaking the unwritten color line law and coming in with Jackie Robinson, the first black player into the major leagues.
I know
Robinson has had a tremendous rookie year. He has played a new position, first base. He never.
And it should be noted that Felicity Huffman is the person who took those hotel guests to their room.
So what's the score? I didn't hear.
Sammy, come over and meet our new cook. Davy, this is my boy, Sammy.
Well, hello, Sammy. It's a pleasure, real pleasure.
Sammy, come and shake Davy's hand. You know better than that.
Well, now, sometimes it doesn't pay to get too friendly with strangers before you know them. Isn't that right, Sam? So that's why I wanted to watch tonight. You see, the more I understand how things work, the better I can work, right?
One going deep out toward right field, and it's over the fence and into Benson County. That puts the Dodgers ahead 6-4. And with
What's the score?
Down there in the bullpen, you might say they're...
I said, who's ahead? What's the score?
Dodgers just hit another homer on the Flatbush Avenue. It's 6-4 Dodgers.
Isn't that just fine?
You're a Dodgers fan, too?
Oh, yeah, from way back.
Sammy, I'm going to take the tubes out of that radio if you don't get down here. I need you right now.
Okay, Mom. Did you know Davy's a Dodger fan?
Just so he stays.
Stands a jam. Thousands of eager fans on hand. And this is the old redhead, Red Barber.
Family was in the other day, your daughter.
Hi, you two ready to order? Well, I'll come back. Your water should be here in a minute.
Your chicken that you like today?
No, I prefer prime rib with a baked potato and roquefort on my head.
did you? Pick the Dodgers, Sammy. Was it because you worked at the St. George Hotel in Brooklyn?
Oh, no. I loved them long before that. I even loved them when they just about never won a ball game. And I love them more this year than ever. I always knew they'd come through for an old colored man.
2 specials and a ham on rye. Hold the mayo.
You mean Jackie Robinson?
That's it. First time a Negro ever made the majors. Chili's getting cold. You know, this year, 1947, will go down in history in letters of gold.
Don't you do talk about anything but baseball?
Busboy for table 4. It's great you were a Dodger fan. That way you didn't have to switch teams.
You're a smart kid.
How was that sandwich?
We should add that Sammy does everything at the hotel. Busboy, welcomes people.
You don't much like working in there, do you?
I hate it.
Well, it ain't easy meeting strangers sometimes. You know, when I was young, Sammy, I used to think that people were always looking at me and thinking, who's that puny kid? When I got older, I realized that people were thinking about anything else but me.
I can do something nobody else I know can do. Of course, nobody really cares.
Now, what's that?
You might, though, seeing how you feel about the Dodgers.
Yeah?
Name a date in the past 3 years. Any date.
All right. How about my birthday, January 23rd?
Egg salad on whole wheat, side of potato salad.
I mean in the baseball season. And sometime in the past 3 years.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Okay. How about my daughter Henrietta's birthday, July 3rd, 1945?
On July 3rd, the game was at Ebbets Field. Nothing much happened in the first inning. Clay, Tim, and Ledke went down 1-2-3. The second inning was when everything started to go wrong. Frank McCormick beat out a perfect bunt along the third base line and made it to second on Steve Messner's sacrifice. Kermit Wall should have grounded out, but Louis Olmo kicked the ball back into the infield, and McCormick was safe at third.
Whew. That's exactly the way it happened. I saw it with my own eyes.
How many times you been to Ebbets Field?
Well, about 50. How many times you been?
I've never been to a baseball game.
Hey, I gotta tell Henrietta about your talent. You know, Henrietta's just nuts about the Dodgers as you and me.
2 specials and a ham on rye.
Then there's her husband, Elliot. He's a nice man, but he's a Giant fan. Can you beat that? A Giant fan.
Don't be in here bothering Davy all the time, Sammy.
Oh, it's no bother, Miss Green. I enjoy it. I listen with one ear and cook with the other. That boy's a true wonder.
Just wish he paid as much attention to his schoolwork.
Oh, he will.
And got out with other boys more.
He will, come the right time. You know, Mrs. Green, next to Jackie Robinson, your boy Sam is the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Hey, how was school today?
The same.
Oh, Sammy, you always say that. You know, 3 weeks from now and you won't have a thing to talk about.
Pop, where are you?
Out here, Henrietta, out here back. Hello, sweetheart.
Is this what you do on the day you're going to see the doctor? What in the world is wrong with you?
Now, Henrietta, Sammy, now just tossing the ball back and forth lightly. Don't make a federal case of it.
A federal case? I take the afternoon off from Mrs. Hoffman's to take you to the doctor, and what do I find?
You aren't sick, are you, Davy?
Oh, not so you know. Simon, come on, meet Henrietta. This is my little girl, Henrietta, the Dodger fan I was telling you about.
Pleased to meet you.
Seems like I know you already from all the talking Pops does about you.
Come on, Sammy, show her what you can do. Give Sammy a date. Any day, and as long as it's in the baseball season.
All right. April 27th, 1946.
There was no game. It was called on account of bad weather.
Well, then, April 28th, 1946.
This one's easy because it's only last year. Dodgers had already beaten the Giants 4 straight. But on April 28th, the Giants took a doubleheader from the Dodgers. 7-3 and 10-4. It broke the Dodgers' winning streak of 8 games. It started out bad right from the beginning. Jesse Pike hit a 3-run homer in the first inning, sending starting pitcher Joe Hatton back into the dugout.
You can do that for any day.
Anytime you want to hear it.
Well, that is really something else. Now, Pops, come on. We got to get to that doctor. Oh, but listen. Next time we go to a ball game, why not bring Sam along? I bet with all his work around here and no daddy, he don't get much chance to go to any games.
I've never been to one in my whole life.
See what I tell you?
Well, I thought about it, but do you think it'd be all right?
Of course it would.
And now, Sammy, this is between Henrietta and me.
I'm sure it would be.
Listen, you can talk to his mama. Ask her, then we'll see. Now come on, or you won't get back in time for the supper show.
All right, well, we'll see. See you later, Sammy.
Bye.
Miss Green, there's something I've been meaning to say, or maybe ask you.
What is it, Davy?
Well, you know how much Sam loves baseball.
Yes, I know.
Well, I think it's important sometimes for a boy to get out with men and take part in things men do.
I couldn't agree with you more, Davy. Since Sam's dad died, he hasn't wanted to make any new friends.
Well, with you for a mother, Sam's a lot better off than some kids with 2 parents. And don't you worry nothing about him working around here. Because hard work never hurt a boy.
Hey, Sammy, where'd you leave me at?
Is that what you wanted to say?
Oh, no, ma'am. What I wanted to ask you, Mrs. Green, is next time I go to a ball game, would it be all right with you if I take Sammy?
Can I go, Mom? Please? I can get Sarah to cover for me in the dining room.
And Henrietta and her husband, Elliot, are coming, too. You know my son-in-law, Elliot Barnes, don't you? He's been a mechanic down at Mr. Steinhauer's car agency for years.
Of course I know Elliot. He's a very fine man. It wouldn't matter whether he were going or not. I'd be happy to have Sammy go to the ball game with you, no matter who went. I hesitated because of school.
Oh, don't worry about school. We were planning to go after school's out, weren't we, Sammy?
In that case, I couldn't possibly object, could I? If he's no trouble to you, Davy.
No trouble, Mrs. Green. I invited him, didn't I?
First one's here.
Ah, sure. Well, I like to get here early. Catch the batting practice.
They're at the ballpark.
Got any of the players?
I can by the numbers.
Yeah. Show me some.
There's Dixie Walker.
Yeah.
And there's Pee Wee Reese.
Yeah, that's right.
And look, Davy, there's Jackie Robinson.
How about that? Hey, how about right here? Yeah, that's good. A little different.
Who's going to win the game today, Sammy?
Now, that's a fool question.
The Dodgers. I'd like one, please. Mama said the next one's on me.
The next round is on you. 4, please. Mustard and relish.
Nobody did anything.
That's right.
It wasn't mad or anything.
Don't you remember what Branch Rickey said when he signed, Jackie?
Yeah, he told him to hold his temper no matter how rough things got.
That's right. That's just part of what the first Negro in Major League Ball has to put up with.
Well, how was the game?
The Dodgers won it. That's what you mean. Get that right, Eddie.
Sammy, did you thank him?
Oh, he thanked us the best possible way, Miss Green, by just having a good time.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Sam.
Listen, I'm going to get the next one, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Lunchtime.
We should have more days off, not just Mondays. All you'd do is read anyway. If I hadn't left your books back at the end, we couldn't have played ball. So you did do it on purpose. Mom.
Come on, kids. No books to read. The Dodgers are out of town. We've got each other. What could be nicer?
Speaking of out of town, Mom, Davy says we might want to go to an out-of-town game. Maybe Forbes Field in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh?
What's wrong with Pittsburgh?
You've never been away from home overnight before.
Not overnight, Mom. We can leave early in the morning on one of his days off and drive back in the same night.
Well, we'll see.
Besides, we've been to Ebbets Field and Yankee Stadium 8 times.
I said we'll see.
Pops, you're not well enough to go to that ball game.
Henrietta, if I can work in that kitchen all summer long in 100-degree heat, I can certainly sit in Elliott's car all the way to Pittsburgh with the breeze blowing.
Now, Davy's right, Henrietta. Come on, let's enjoy the trip.
Sarah's fixing you some egg salad sandwiches.
Oh, I've got some things myself, Mrs. Green. We'll all be fine. Now, don't you worry.
Why don't you all stay overnight someplace?
Well, no, I don't think we could, Mrs. Green. See, we're kind of a mixed group.
It was a dumb idea. I don't know why I mentioned it.
None of us could afford it anyway. This whole trip's going to cost us a fortune in gas as it is.
Now, I gave Sammy some money. You see he carries his share.
Oh, he will. Nobody can buy a hot dog when he's around.
That's right.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Eddie. Have a good time.
Be careful. Bye.
Come on, Sammy. Oh, buddy.
Hi, Sammy.
Bye. Have fun.
We did it again, Sammy. We did it again.
Do you suppose whoever caught that fly in the stands could have the ball autographed by the players?
I ain't so sure that's not strictly a Dodgers custom. You liked your dad so much. Why didn't you guys ever go to games together?
He died when I was only 7. And he'd been sick a couple years before that. I never cried when he died. Did you cry when your dad died?
My daddy ran off and left us. I don't know when he died. Sure cried when my mama died, though. I guess it's all the way things happen. You know, the shock and all. Of course, you was awful young, too. Hey, Elliot, I'll drive. You get some rest.
Pops.
Henrietta, I'm all right. You get in the back of that car with Elliot. Me and Sammy will be fine. Come on, son. I've been thinking, Sam, if I ever do catch one of those balls knocked in the stands, you know what I'm going to do with it?
What?
I think I'll give it to you.
That wouldn't be fair. I mean, it'd be your ball. And the Dodgers are just as important to you as they are to me.
Well, you got a point. I'll tell you what, we'll share it. You keep it 6 months, and I'll keep it 6 months.
Okay? And I'll do the same if I catch the ball.
Oh, it's a deal. Well, not too far now. It'll be a long day in that kitchen.
Morning, Davy. How are you?
All right, ma'am.
You certainly don't look it.
I'm just a little tired, ma'am. I got to steam up in a minute.
Henrietta, Esther Green. I think you better come over here.
You don't call for that, Miss Green. I'll be all right.
Yes, he is. As soon as you can. Thank you.
I'll be all right, Miss Green. Don't you bother Sammy none with this.
Stand back. Ma'am, would you help me with the blanket? Hey, ma'am, don't worry. Just follow close and don't worry about the speed limit.
Call me as soon as you can, Henrietta, please. Yes, Mrs. Green, as soon as I hear anything.
What'll we do about lunch?
By ambulance to a
I
hospital.
call Annie and tell her not to come in and explain why. And I'm going to have to get Turner and see if I can get him to fill in and put the close sign on the dining room door.
Mama? Why was the ambulance here? Was it Davy? What happened?
We think it was his heart.
He's not dead, is he?
No, honey. He said to tell you he'd be all right. He was tired and his chest hurt, and we thought he'd better go to the hospital. You know, he had a heart attack once before.
And this is the second. It's all right. It's the third one that kills you.
What makes you say that?
It was the third that killed Dad. I want to go see him.
I don't think they'll let you for a while yet, honey. He's very sick.
I want to see him, Mama. He's sick because he took me to Pittsburgh.
No, you can't blame yourself for that. He wanted to go.
I want to see him.
What can I do for you, young man?
I'd like to visit someone. His name is David Henderson.
Children under 12 aren't allowed to visit.
I'm over 12. 13 practically.
Besides, visiting hours are over. You can come back at 7.
I can't. He's very sick, and I've got to see him.
Henderson, you said? You're right, he's very sick. But only the immediate family's allowed to visit.
I'm practically?
I don't think you are. I'm sorry.
Friends, it's a beautiful night here at Ebbets Field in
You ought to be
Brooklyn.
in bed by now.
Stands a jam.
You know, Mom said about listening to
Thousands of
night
eager
games.
fans on hand.
I'm
and
not
this is your
listening.
Red Volver, all set with Connie Desmond to bring you the play-by-play action of the first game.
Do you remember him? Dad, I mean. Sometimes I can't remember what he looked like. Only in his pictures. I don't like not remembering.
waiting up for me? I got home at a reasonable hour.
Did you have a good time?
Shouldn't I? Come on, you two. It's past your bedtime, both of you.
Good night.
Good night, honey.
Is Turner going to come back tomorrow?
I don't know, honey.
Reserved seats are still available at the box office for the remaining games of this big series with Cincinnati.
Sammy, turn off that radio and get to bed.
Excuse me. Can you tell me how to get to Everest Fields?
Everest Field? You go down there to the subway, you take the shuttle to Grand Central, and the IRT to Atlantic Avenue, then you transfer the BMT to Prospect Park. It's easy. Hey, why don't you go to the Polo Grounds? Them Dodgers are bugs.
Sammy picked up a baseball from an antique shop. And he's trying to get to Ebbets Field.
It's programs. It's programs. Do this.
Kid. Please.
Now, you get yourself out of them box seats, or I'll throw you out of the ballpark.
Please, sign my ball.
You got a pen?
I forgot to bring one, but please, maybe somebody else does. It's for my friend Davey, and he's sick. I know that if I gave him a ball, he'll feel better.
Do I gotta come down there and get you? Hey, leave the kid alone. What about this, Davey?
He had a heart attack.
A kid had a heart attack?
He's not a kid. He's 60 years old, and he's always loved the Dodgers. I know that if I gave him a ball with your name on it, he'll get better.
Tell you what, stick around after the game. I'll see what I can do. Now you get out of them boxes, kid. I mean it.
And after they all signed it, Jackie shook my hand and told me to tell Davey to get well soon.
That's some present. Henrietta, you can't give this ball to Davey. Sammy's got to do it himself.
Now, how can I do that? You know the hospital rules same as I do.
Listen, you're a smart boy. Now, you found your way to Ebbets Field, right? Now, I'm sure you can find a way to get into that hospital.
Next time the maid wants Sunday off, Mom has to say no. This is the second Sunday this month she's had off, and wouldn't you know, we'd be full last night. Remember when Dad used to give you a ride in his cart? When does Henrietta think David will be well? Sam? 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 Mom, Sam's gone somewhere. Now, if he thinks I'm going to clean these 3 rooms by myself,
You'll never get away with it. I'm telling you. But it's your next, not mine. Now, if you get there, I'll see you in the room.
Bye, Henrietta. We'll be there.
You wouldn't want to make a bet on it, would you?
And put a jinx on it?
You tell Elliot he's crazier than I thought he was.
When I told you to figure something out, I don't recall telling you to include me.
It's the only way, Elliot. Come on.
Sammy's sneaking into a laundry cart.
What's wrong?
What kind of awful disease do you think these people have? Leprosy, maybe. Or TB. And they spit blood all over them. Saw it in a movie in Hilda.
I didn't know you were such a dainty gentleman. Now, I would have gotten you clean sheets, but they keep them locked up. Now, hold your breath. It'll be all right.
Hurry up. And don't stop to talk to anybody. If I hold my breath, I can't do it very long. I tried it in swimming class, and I couldn't.
Are you new here?
Oh, yeah.
Goodness, health changes around here so fast, I just can't keep up with it. You're the 5th new orderly I've met this week. I hope you're going to stay with us a while.
Don't count on it.
Well, you know, you won't last very long if you take this dirty linen upstairs. It belongs downstairs.
Thanks, lady, but I don't have dirty laundry in this cart.
Well, then, what do you have in your cart?
It's a corpse, lady. End of the line.
If you'd have waited 5 more minutes, I really would have been a corpse.
Just get your rear in there.
Well, look who's here. Listen, go ahead. He's not asleep. He's just dozing.
Davy? Davy? Davy, it's me, Sammy. I brought you a present.
Hey, I sure am glad to see you.
How do you feel?
Oh, lots better. Better. Nothing hurts me anymore. I just feel a little tired. Once I get more energy, they can send me home.
You been following the games?
Oh, yeah. Henrietta gives me reports every afternoon. They won't let me have a radio.
We've been doing all right.
All right. Sammy, this is the year we've been waiting for. They ain't gonna blow it now.
Don't get your hopes up. You can never tell with the Dodgers. Not until the pennant's flying over the field.
Oh, but this year's for sure. Well, as long as Jackie's doing all right. Is he doing all right?
Stole 29 bases and 4 times he stole home.
Yeah, that's what I mean. RBIs. How many RBIs?
101.
Hey, that Jackie can do anything.
He sent you a present.
He said, who sent me a present?
Jackie Robinson and all the players.
Crank me up. I got to see it.
Pop, that boy went all by himself to the ball game and got Jackie and all the others to sign it for you. That's nice. Yeah, I'll get you up there.
Your mama know about this? I bet she was worried sick.
She was awfully busy with the wedding yesterday, but I'll tell her.
This isn't my ball.
What do you mean? It says right on it. For Davy.
This is our ball. We share. 6 months in your house and 6 months in mine, just like we said. Well, only I get to keep it first. And you listen to me, Henrietta. If I die, this ball goes to Sammy. Don't you let Elliot have it.
Don't talk like that.
You listen good, Henrietta. Hear me now. It's a sin to go against the wishes of the dead. And if you do, I'll come back and haunt you.
Well, if the Dodgers lose, it sure won't be my fault, Pops.
Immediate family.
Sammy, you better run along now. The nurse will probably want to fuss with Pops, and then he'll probably want to take a nap.
Glad you came, Sam. Who they playing today?
The Pirates.
Rude enough for both of us, will you?
I will.
Yeah, boy. Oh, I'll be home in time for the series. You come down to the kitchen and listen with me on the radio.
Right.
Come along now.
Goodbye, Sam.
So long.
See you soon.
Sammy, where have you been? You knew we had this dinner party tonight.
I went to see Davy.
Sammy? Honey, what is it? What's wrong?
I went to see Davy. I gave him a ball. The Jackie Robinson and all the players signed. I thought it would make him feel better. I didn't tell you, but I went to Brooklyn by myself. I didn't cry like this when Dad died.
Sometimes it hurts too much to cry. But sometimes crying helps take away the pain.
I told God that if I gave Davy the ball, he had to make him better. But it's not working. The ball didn't do any good.
You told him how much you love him.
It isn't fair.
No, it isn't. And nobody ever said it would be.
But why? Why love someone? Why get close to them when they're only gonna die?
Because loving people and caring about them makes our lives better. Your dad and Davy knew you loved them. And you'll never forget them. We'll have them in our memories forever.
I didn't remember Dad very well.
But you'll remember Davy. You're old enough to remember Davy the rest of your life.
Jackie Robinson. He is the most exciting ball player in the fall. All eyes are on him. He's up there now, and the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. He's a right-handed hitter. You know, the pitch. Robinson gets a hold of it and slams it out to left field. It is going all the way. A home run.
Well, that's it.
Yep. Now you see? That's why it's called a home run for love, you see?
I'm a little depressed after that. That was a very moving story, and I
Yeah.
think we all sort of guessed in the end that Davey was going to die.
Yeah.
But again, it just shows the strength of the bond of a friendship between 2 virtual strangers and how far one of them would go in friendship for the other one.
Yep. So we hope you enjoyed this very special after-school special. That's a word, right? A very special after-school special. Or else I'm just inventing that on the top of my head.
Well, I think all after-school specials, just by default, are very special.
Very special.
This one, compared to other after-school specials I remember from back in the day, was a little more bittersweet. I mean, you had sometimes the fun ones, the cartoony ones, the humorous ones. This definitely had more of a serious, somber tone to it.
Yes.
And it should be noted that this didn't air just the one time in 1978. This aired at least on Showtime, Nickelodeon, and the Disney Channel in the late 80s and early 90s. So this definitely got some airing time 10 years after it originally aired. So it does have some sort of legacy. This wasn't just a one and done. It did get repeated with some frequency 30 to 35 years ago.
Yeah, which probably explains why we have it on YouTube.
Makes total sense, absolutely.
And in 1978 on ABC, this was a very special thing on TV. But before we sign off, Mike, I'm going to introduce in this episode something that we hope during the baseball season is going to be a regular segment on this podcast. Because we talked about it briefly last season about this person. So we're going to make it a regular feature this year on It Was a Thing on TV. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the Joey Gallo update. Joey Gallo, he can't hit over 200, but he can sure smack a ball over the fence. It's the Joey Gallo update. Okay, so Joey Gallo had 2 home runs on April 2nd against the Royals, and he had another home run on April 3rd against Miami, where he had 3 runs batted in. He is currently hitting, as of the time we're recording this, .235 with 4 hits and 17 at-bats.
Well, Greg, I've got a little bit of a different update. You said he's gone 4 for 17. It looks like he's now gone 5 for 18. So his batting average is up to an amazing .278.
Okay, so Score Mobile, which I'm getting my stats from, does not have today's game updated. But as I mentioned, Mike, I have some sad news to report.
Sad news? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh!
Uh-oh.
Joey Gallo exited Friday's game against the Astros with right side soreness, according to Betsy Helfand of the St. Paul Pioneer Press. Gallo was replaced by Nick Gordon in the bottom of the 6th inning. The outfielder should be considered day-to-day for now, but may need to undergo imaging to determine the severity of the injury. Well, that sucks. We have this segment for him, and already he's injured.
Stay tuned next week to see if we continue this segment based on the health of Joey Gallo. Well, if he just has soreness, he's not going to be out for an extended period of time.
No.
I think.
No, I mean, Justin Verlander had some soreness, and he's only going to be out for like a week or two. Except, unlike Justin Verlander, Joey Gallo can't go home to Kate Upton every night.
Okay, I'm half tempted to see who Joey Gallo is seeing. What's he's like dating a 5th-tier model, somebody who like models shoes or something.
That would be great, though, if he married a shoe model. Did I tell you, Mike, I've been playing CBS Sports Franchise Baseball on my iPhone? And one of the cards I got for my lineup, I kid you not, was Joey Gallo. And now he's a regular presence on my lineup.
All right, I found an answer to the burning question, does Joey Gallo have a girlfriend? It does look like it.
Oh, good!
Not a bad-looking lady. Claire Danko.
Claire Danko.
Yeah, Claire Danko, and it looks like she hung around with the wives and girlfriends of the other Yankees players last year. Clay Holmes' wife, Kyle Higashioka's partner, Aroldis Chapman's partner, Nestor Cortez's girlfriend.
Hold on. What was it Jim Cott said last year?
No, are we really going to go there?
No, I'm not going to say it. I just thought you remembered it.
Yes, I did. Why do you think I'm stopping you? No.
Okay, good.
Bad. Gee. Let's just say that Jim Cott compared Nestor Cortez using a word which rhymes with his first name, with Nestor's first name. And it didn't have a very good connotation.
No.
But hey, Jim Cott still got into the Hall of Fame last year, for whatever that's worth. All right, now that we got the Joey Gallo segment done, now I think we can officially do some closure on this episode. Thank you, as always, for listening. And don't forget, we are at itwasthethingontv.com. On all socials, we're at the same It Was the Thing on TV. Minus Facebook, you need to add the word podcast at the end. It Was the Thing on TV podcast. Next week, first off, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have Chico back. But second, we did a little bit of rearranging the lineup because of Chico's absence. We mentioned we were going to do Going Places this week. We ran it by Chico and said we'll hold off on that because Chico really wanted to talk about Going Places. That's going to happen next week. But also on top of that, 2 other episodes. The first one, we're going to talk about a spinoff of one of our favorite shows around here. And the spinoff was not that good.
No.
But it did produce a future star. Actually, there are a couple of famous people in this show. But I'm going to say secondary character. Wasn't the primary character. The secondary character, he went on to much bigger and better things about 3 years later. Then the second episode, we've talked about different commercials in the past. We've talked about Hulk Hogan commercials. We talked about Nintendo and Super Nintendo commercials just a few weeks ago. We've talked about Ric Flair commercials. We've talked about hometown commercials. We're going to do the hometown commercials later this year again. We got a 4th installment of that coming up. But we're going to talk about another pitch man who's been very visible, especially like the last 10 years or so since he retired from the NBA and moved in front of the camera as a commentator. I don't want to say who it is, but you've seen plenty of him. You know who it is, but we're going to talk about the ads that he's done over the years.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure these ads are going to be icy hot. Am I right?
You're the general of good puns, you know that? He's going to ride with a cartoon general, just saying.
Maybe he'll have a penguin with him.
Yeah, we're going there next week. We're going to talk about ads regarding this person. But until then, again, thank you very much for listening. Please have yourself a great rest of the weekend. We'll catch you on Monday with Going Places right here at It Was a Thing on TV. Roar's home, Greg.
Wow! Hey, fun fact about Joey Gallo. He has 180 career